Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you,
Yeah.
guys.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah,
Great to see
thank
you.
you guys so much. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay. I wanted to go on to
Oh, real
um,
quick too, before we get started, I want to make sure anybody that's in the audience, they can remain, they can stay, they don't have to drop off. So depending on their time frame and their availability, they're free to help support other authors as well.
okay. All right. I had uh, right now I believe we're the only three in the room.
Yeah, we are the only three.
So
Remco is due at he was 11:40 time period,
yeah.
and then Mark Roseman is at noon.
Okay. Well, I'm in the meantime. Let's go back and talk about let's see here. I want to interview Dawn. Dawn, you and I met some years ago
Are you
at an
recording?
event. Huh?
You want to record, right?
Yes. We met some years ago actually through um
Mm-hmm.
Mark Roseman, Dr. Mark Roseman.
Yeah,
And hopefully
yeah, here in Tampa.
yeah. So in Tampa, I had one thing I haven't done is I should probably the authors give us a little background of who they are.
Mm,
I haven't really been doing that, but moving forward we will. Um, so I have so Dawn, why don't you give us a little mini bio of who you are, and then we can talk about the book in a minute.
okay, sure. So yeah, I have been working with you for several years. I think we kind of just, I don't know, once it happened, it just kind of took off from there. We do all kinds of stuff together, and working on with Kids Need Both and being on the board and helping you with a lot of those initiatives. But a mini bio, I work in cybersecurity. I also own a company called Securing Everything. And when you hear more about my chapter, you'll probably understand a little bit more about why the company is named that. So yeah, I'm out here advocating for children and to protect their childhood so they can be children worrying about child things instead of worrying about adult things. So they shouldn't be party to any kind of um, conflict, marital conflicts, or anything like that. So that's what I try to focus on and bring security to children into their little world. Their world needs to stay small for as long as it can, and they need to be children for as long as they can. So that's a little bit about me.
It's so true. Yeah, and I appreciate that. And I and you and I have talked about that, the need for getting into the school system with
Hmm.
what you're doing as far as cybersecurity because and we didn't grow up in this technology.
No, and the kids
And
know more than parents do, and even teachers. So they're already outsmarting us.
yeah. And we don't know, we have no background to know how to protect them.
Right.
Because it's not something that we grew up doing. And and that's why it's so important to educate them,
Hmm.
the children at the school level, because it's
Yeah,
kind of
and we have to add in the parents too. And this is my calling parents to attention. I'm not going to say I'll call them out, but I'll say I am calling parents to attention because the predators are using tools that your kids probably haven't started using yet, and you probably aren't using at all. So as long as predators have the advanced technology that children are going to start using at any time because that's the nature of technology where it's going to continuously evolve. We can't stop it, we can't pull it back, we can't change it. It's evolving without us at this point and at record speed. So AI brings in a whole new element. And the reason why I'm talking about this is because AI can be a predator. It can groom, it can have coercive control, it can do exactly whatever the child wants and needs, that's what AI is formed to do, is to make you happy with what input you're giving it. So this is another area that I think is important for, our collaborative, um, or at least my collaborative contribution to anything I do. I always try to touch on why we have to get ahead of these things now, and why we have to, as parents, work on our own operating system, which I'll talk about more when we talk about my chapter. If we're all operating in an area, that's technically your operating system. So how are you keeping that operation, or that operational mechanism, safe and secure within your own mind? So yeah, I mean, our minds are really where that's our control center. That's the security operations goes on right here.
Man, I know it. I know it. Oh my God. I know what you're talking about. I was thinking about technology wise years ago, many, many years ago, I decided to go to a program to learn web design. And my instructor said that the best developer, and this was back in 2000, 2001, the best web developers are in the porn industry.
Mhm.
They know, and this was back, 25 years ago. And it was because they know how to navigate, get past the doors, the guardrails. They know how to zip around and get back to their intended audience.
Yeah.
And I thought that was interesting.
And now they have AI to help them do that even easier.
Yeah. I mean, I think different ones of us have known of someone who's been, a victim of some sort of fraudulent
Hmm.
scam.
Yeah.
And it's become
And I
so
bring
much
up
easier.
AI, but I also want to make sure everybody knows that I'm very pro AI. I love what AI does. I love what we can do with AI as a tool. But I also am aware of what bad actors can do with it. So when I talk about it, I don't want to condemn AI, and I don't want people to not use AI. We have to. Parents have to, because your kids are using it. So you need to know what your kids are capable of doing and parent them and guide them. And you can't do that unless you're ahead of that. So it just kind of ties it all in together with this collaboration that I'm contributing to, and thinking about kids in two houses with two sets of rules. So
Boy, that's a well, we know that the navigating when it's awesome if we have two parents who are on the same page in agreement.
right,
But in this situation, and in fact, even
yeah,
in intact homes, it might be a situation where one parent is targeting,
manipulating, yeah.
manipulating the other
Hmm.
parent really has no voice.
And then you
So,
have this overcompensation too,
yeah.
where, especially in families that aren't intact, a lot of times we as parents tend to overcompensate because we want our kids to be happy, feel happy, appreciate their time with me. I want them to enjoy time with me, so they want to keep coming, those kinds of things. So we overcompensate and we go real big sometimes. And this is the same problem with the internet. You cannot overcompensate by laxing on the rules, because the internet is not a playground, it's a dive bar. Really.
That's crazy. I've never thought about that, but it's true.
Yeah.
Um, it's a dive bar. Yeah. Oh my goodness. I had I'm still trying to share the thing and I'm not having any luck.
I've been doing screenshots and sharing every now and
Okay,
then.
good. Well, this is a little frustrating for sure, trying to share it. Um, so I continue to do it. But either way, we're recording. Um, and in fact, I think let's take a pause since it's just the three of
Do
us.
it. real quick, do you want me to just do a little synopsis about my chapter?
Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, for sure. Go ahead.
So I basically kind of explained a little bit about the cybersecurity element that I bring to it because I mean it is ingrained in me and security is like my world. So from hypervigilance clear into to the corporate world, we are always seeking to be safe and secure as children, and it doesn't stop when you've lived a life that is full of trauma. Then everything is about security even into your adulthood. So I use these terms in my chapter to explain the mechanics of the trauma in another way that may help people. Let's remove the family concept from it for a second and let's talk about an operating system. We all have computers. Computers have Windows, they have Mac. There's an operating system, and that system has to be functioning and needs to be maintained and it kept safe by having antivirus. We're worried about, are we going to be hacked? Do we have the admin rights to be able to make something happen or to prevent something from happening? So that's like parent controls, but we're talking about an operating system. You have to have the recovery ability in an operating system if something goes wrong. And that's where we're kind of falling short because we have parents who have also suffered a trauma and kids are going through a trauma. You cannot repair an operating system with a jeopardized system in the first place. So, how are we showing up to help children navigate through this, let alone if we can't navigate through it as ourselves? So, what I want people to take away from my chapter is you have to stop defining yourself as a victim of alienation. And you need to start defining yourself as a leader for your family. You're the architect. And that's what my chapter is on, is being the architect. And when your child does return to you or is watching from afar, because believe it or not, if you don't think that's happening, you need to stop and rethink that because they are going to be watching you from afar. They're going to either be collecting evidence or secretly, just out of curiosity, getting to know you. I would much rather them be curious about you than collecting evidence. So they don't want to see a parent's broken heart, waiting to be saved, waiting for the day that they walk back in. They need to see a strong, healthy, aligned parent who is ready to lead them. And you cannot lead from the back. You have to be out there in front of this, healing yourself, because that's what you need them to do. If you need them to heal, then you have to heal first because you are the example. So stop waiting for your kids to return and start healing and taking action. And that's where my chapter is going to walk you through how to do that. Either whether or not you're a targeted parent or an adult survivor, it can be applied across the board from any kind of trauma even.
And you become a beacon of hope, for your children.
Absolutely.
Which is so important to.
Yep. And a safe place for them to land, because when they do come back, that first impression is going to get you the invite to the wedding, or maybe from when the baby's born, you'll be there to welcome them home. You want those residual invites, not just the one for lunch someday. You want the repetitive invites. So you got to get past that first one by being safe for them to come to.
Thank you, Dawn.
That's right.
Yep, absolutely.
Boy, it's so true. And sorry, I'm trying to bouncing between keep thinking that maybe we're live, but I'm not sure.
Oh no.
I don't know. If either of you could check, that would be great. Yeah. Maybe I'll just try a different
Did you go to Kids Need Both?
I took it to the book.
Oh, okay.
It's the Hope for Families book project. Post on the timeline.
Here, I got it.
So Yeah, if you can check that, that would be awesome.
For some reason, I am not loading that page. If I'm loading other pages, just not that one.
Mhm.
Let me try a different browser.
But there was an event created, for it. So I don't, when I go to the events page, I don't see anything there at all on,
Oh, can you go live from the events page?
I don't know.
I don't know.
You might be able to. Yeah, it's not loading from any browser
Mm.
for me. I don't know why. Let me go into Edge. I don't use that one, so maybe that will be.
I don't either. I'm going to try the Kids Need Both webpage or Facebook page.
I need to get something to eat. I haven't eaten yet. Ew. I have to log into Facebook on this one.
Well, Mark Roseman was supposed to be here at noon.
Let me stop the recording. I'm gonna stop the